Allie. I'm a graduate assistant at the Kinney Center, and today I'm going to be talking to you about body language and nonverbal cues, and also how this looks differently with the COVID-19 pandemic going on. So first, what is body language? Body language is communicating nonverbally through conscious or unconscious gestures and movements. So this basically just means that you can use your body to talk without actually saying any words. Your mouth can be saying one thing while your body is saying another. I'm going to give you some examples of body language and nonverbal cues that can tell others how you're feeling, or if you see these behaviors from someone else, it can help you detect how they're feeling in that moment as well. So types of body language and nonverbal cues. First is sound. So if someone is laughing or crying. Ways of talking. So if someone's pausing in the middle of a sentence, or if they're putting emphasis on certain words. Touch. So if you're touching someone's arm forcefully or gently. Posture. If you're slouching or if you're standing up straight. Personal space. If you're standing very close or very far to someone. Another one is body contact. So how you're touching other people, if you're hugging them or if you're shaking hands, maybe a fist bump or a high five. Facial expression, if someone is smiling or frowning. Head movements, looking down, nodding. Hand movements, waving, for example. Eye movements, if you're winking or maybe you're looking around the room. Appearance, so if you're dressed nice or maybe if you're dressed a little bit untidy. Another body language and nonverbal cue can be something as simple as you just acting different from your normal behavior. This is something that others can pick up on. Is body language important? Yes, body language is very important. It can say a lot about how you're feeling without having to say anything. Your body language can cue others to offer you help or maybe to ask if you're okay. And the other way around, you can ask others if they're okay or if they need help. For example, have you ever looked at someone and just knew they were upset just by looking at them? Maybe their eyes were watering or their gestures suggested that they were upset. Or another example, could you tell someone was happy just by looking at them? Maybe they have a big smile, which might cue you to know that the person is happy. If you said yes to either of these examples, you have read someone's body language before. How can you tell how someone is feeling? There are certain characteristics and common things that can give you an idea of how someone is feeling just by looking at them. For example, if someone is very excited, they will probably have a big smile, have open hands, arms extended, their eyes wide and alert. Maybe they're bouncing while they're walking or have a lively tone in their voice. Some other examples are if someone is very open, they can have open hands. Maybe they're leaning forward in their chair, their arms are uncrossed and their legs are uncrossed. Maybe they just look very comfortable in the setting. If someone is defensive, they could look like they have a rigid body. Their arms and legs might be crossed and maybe they're making minimal eye contact, as well as their fists being closed like this. If someone is nervous, they could be clearing their throat. Maybe they're tapping their fingers or their pen on the table. They could have their hands in their pockets or their lips and face might be twitching because they're nervous. If someone is bored, they could be swinging their foot, maybe tapping their foot or their fingers, or looking at their watch. Facial expressions. So facial expressions are one of the biggest giveaways to how someone's feeling, emotions, and their attitude at the time. For example, if someone is frowning, this could mean they're unhappy or maybe angry. If someone is smiling, it could mean they're happy or excited. And a smile can be recognized as indicating someone's happy by anyone around the world. Another very important thing is eye contact. So when you're having eye contact, you're showing the person you're talking to that you're interested in what they have to say. So here's a question. If someone is not making eye contact with you, how do you think they're feeling? Do you think they're interested or uninterested with what you have to say? So here's an activity. Gather pictures of yourself, family members, or maybe even pictures of characters from your favorite show that show different emotions. So at the top, I have the characters from Inside Out. Show your child one of the cards at a time and have them identify which emotion is being shown. So if they get it correct, you can ask, how do you know they're feeling that way? If they get it incorrect, explain what the right answer is and how you know. You can also look through pictures, books, magazines to see which emotions are being portrayed. Another activity is body language charades. This is a game you can play with your family and loved ones that you're with during this time. So on pieces of paper, write out different emotions. So you can write happy, sad, angry, tired, really anything you can think of. Take turns picking a card and then act out the emotion while the rest of the group guesses which emotion you're acting out. So for example, if you pick the card happy, you can have a big smile on your face and maybe you're jumping around because you're happy about something. So today, body language looks very different with what is going on in the world due to COVID-19. So first, let's quickly review. What is COVID-19? So the coronavirus can be like the flu. A lot of people in the world today are getting sick from the coronavirus. And it can be spread when someone with the coronavirus coughs, sneezes, or touches something that someone else touches after. Quarantine and social distancing. Self-quarantine means we have to stay home as much as we can. And social distancing means that when we do have to go outside in the community, maybe to go to the grocery store or to go for a walk, we have to follow different rules. Some of these rules are, don't touch others. You can't shake hands or give hugs. You have to stay 6 feet apart from other people, and you have to avoid large gatherings. Another way that body language looks different today is because of having to practice social distancing, we have to stay 6 feet apart from others. The typical distance that you stand from someone is about 2 to 3 feet. And this is a large change that can make body language come off differently to others. But it is something we have to do for safety reasons. In addition to having to social distance, it's typically the polite and welcoming thing to do to shake hands or hug people when meeting them for the first time or maybe when seeing loved ones. We are unable to do this as long as we need to practice social distancing. An alternative to hugging and shaking hands is to wave at people from an appropriate distance. Stay safe. Although this can be a very scary time with lots of changes, we can use this unfortunate situation to spend quality time with our families and those that you live with. Remember to change your body language during this time. Keep your distance, wave instead of shaking hands, and stay inside when possible. Most importantly, stay safe.